Welcome to week 1 out of 3 of my load week towards 2025 Ironman Pro season. It is Tuesday of my load week. We just came out of an easy week recovery, some extra rest in there to cover some immune system things going around. Feeling good. So today is my intensity day, or my one of 2 quality days, where the Sunday is a half quality day. Tuesday, Friday, I have 2 quality sessions, meaning in the morning now, a VO2 max run on the treadmill, 15k total, 6 times 5 minutes over my anaerobic threshold, a progressive set, but for sure over. That's a goal. Goal heart rate is between 180 and 185, built into that. Then in between my second key session, I have a 5k swim. There's some technical work. It's not about pushing, but still 5k obviously. Still some load, but clean strokes, mechanic focused. And then in the evening, I'm gonna hit the bike. It is a VO2 max bike set. It's 4 sets of 10 minutes, 30-30s. Yeah, details I'll tell you later. But what's very important is that this day, how do I decide that this day is a pass or a fail? What was a major change, I would say, from the last 6 months, what got me to being consistent cranking out, very high quality sessions. That's something that I, to be honest, learned from, I just listened to that from a podcast from the coach from Michael Phelps. They asked him what this Leon guy, this new Olympic champion Michael Phelps, had in common. And he said that they're very consistent trainers. So they were never like a 10 out of 10 in training, but they were never like really low like fluctuations like some of us had, and I used to have. They were always like an 8 out of 10. I was thinking like, man, do I have that? And I have to say, the main thing that it was in the last six months was I was always consistent. There were never like lows like that. Always like a really high level of quality. It's training structure, all the other things that do around with recovery, but mainly training structure, and mainly, to be honest, that I had the discipline to hold back when I'm feeling good. And that's something, that I have to remind myself of this day, especially also now. The mind will make up some stuff. It's week 1, you're feeling probably very good, very fresh. But again, I'm looking for putting several bricks in the wall over time. I'm looking for accumulative stress, not for acute stress. So no, as I say, no hero sessions. Such a watered down, washed down thing to say, but to execute it when you're actually in it, that's a whole other thing. To like, I know consistency. I know about putting bricks in the wall, but do you actually execute it in the session when you're feeling good? So that's something I'm consciously speaking out. Also with the camera there, zero fear of judgment, zero fear of being a hero. I only have to be objective and look. For example, now the VO2 run, the first one is the stats on the wall from the last block, only ones that matter. So there I did 1% gradient, 6 times 5 minutes. I did that set before. We're keeping the volume, 6 times 5 minutes with 2.5 minutes rest. We're keeping that, but we're trying to progress intensity a little bit. And again, there with this one is mainly field-based, and also that I keep, high quality of movement. Running is a lot, also like swimming, about do I run this clean, hips under me, clean technique, and not, if you can keep the quality of movement efficiency, it's not a good idea. So then you probably gonna overload some structures. Bad idea. So it's not like cycling, like heart and lungs only, and you just stomp the pedals straight. So only facts on the wall for that session, and if I get a few % better, this is a pass. So last time I did 6 times 5 minutes, that's the last week of the last block. Also my PB in the set is set rep 1 to 3, so the first 3 times 5 minutes at 320 pace, so like 520 mile pace, and then I progress to the next 2 at 315 minute per k, which is 510 mile pace, and the last rep I did 309 pace, which is 5 minute flat mile pace. That is on the board. So if I now progress a little bit quicker, so the first 3, let's say to 3:15, and then either hold that and probably the last one again go down to 3:09 pace, this 5 minute flat. If I would do that, that would be incredible progress. And again, if I could keep that or slightly progress over the next 3 weeks, that would be a win. So super important, hold back when I'm feeling good, control. Those are the goals for today to nail this. On the way to the gym now. I can definitely tell you're a bit apprehensive for the session. Could also say a bit scared actually. I think that's really important to acknowledge, because that emotion of especially fear, even if you suppress it and say, no, I'm fine, like that's still gonna be in the subconscious. And if your body is in a state of, of fear and all, it always suppresses performance. You cannot perform in a state of fear. It's like a evolutionary thing that's kind of like, I don't know, not the same. You're not free to express your full performance. So that's important to acknowledge, because only if you bring it out of your subconscious, you can say, okay, there's no reason to be scared. This is not something like there's a tiger chasing you or whatever, like actual life or death situation where fear is granted, right? Because I'm in control. So one mantra that really helps for this session is just, especially the first reps, just saying to myself in my mind endlessly, calm and easy, calm and easy. So you're kind of really telling your body that it's okay. Because all this training is important. That's actually why in 2024, I went to all these highest level of racings, pro series, and all of those, although I was physically in no condition to say, okay, I'm gonna compete there, right? I mean, same league, different levels. But I went there. One of the main reasons was I wanted to feel what it's like. I wanted to know, how is it when all the cameras are on, pro series music is playing, the media hype, you hear all those things, you're in there and you feel how that is, right? The first time at Oceanside, really nervous obviously, night before as well, all on my own to the US, knew nobody, no support there, just me, so that made it obviously more difficult. But and then second one, Texas already, there I got sick. But then later, another one, Spain, Ironman Victoria, again pro series, already better. Again, another one, Frankfurt, boom, already better. You're getting the hang of it. So those experiences I have now in me. So if I can, pull the guts out to stand on those start lines when I know physically you don't belong here, you're not here to compete. So if you have all that, so imagine how you can do when you're actually physically in the shape to compete. So you're mentally there. And for triathlon, it's so important to actually be mentally there. That's why it's so cool. The level is constantly evolving. Love it, especially in the swim. Because if you're not 100% there from meter 0 to 400 of the swim, your race might be over. No kidding. So if you have any fear, and you can tell yourself any World Championships, Olympics, anybody being there is scared shitless. And anybody saying they're not scared shitless, they're either in denial or lying, right? Because athletes want to have this masculinity thing, but if it's totally normal. You're investing a lot, there's a lot online on all things. But again, if you don't acknowledge that fear and say, okay, this is normal, I trained hard for it, of course it means a lot to me. It just means that, hey, this is something I deeply care about. Totally okay. But latest on the start line, and you see it in the results in the end, who did the talking and who actually has control of his mind. You can be, that's what happens every year at the Olympics, and same as Ironman World Championships. They are physically in incredibly shape. You see it in training and races that are, low caliber, let's say compared to World Championships and the hype. And then when the lights are on, the lights are on, the stage are on, who's performing? The ones that do perform, you can be sure they either experienced and went through that scenario several times, or they have very good grip on their emotions, their mind. So if people say, okay, Ironman is 70% mental, and you just do physical preparation, and then you wonder, oh, why can't I put it together on race day? Well, you probably have the solution right there. be doing my, just a warm-up routine before, some mobility and some core, all that stuff. You don't need to see. I already made my shake for after here, recovery, so I can get it right in, although I live around the corner. Got 100 grams of carbs in here. Omara sports drink, easily no problems with gut. And then we are doing warm-up and also the whole warm-up routine. And I check back in just before we head into the first 5-minute rep. And the pace for that will also determine by the warm-up how I feel. But I go through some progression paces, like a good warm-up, then I can kind of tell physically where I'm at. We do run these in the Vaporfly 3s. For the reason, normally I always run it on a treadmill before with non-carbons. That work for threshold, everything, but I noticed for the higher paces, just for running economy, especially the Vaporfly 3s, they're a bit more direct. They really help to keep the ground contact time and like better than Alphafly for those higher paces for 5K. But even for half marathon, for me, I can already tell. I tried this. I'm already sure that for me, Alphafly is for sure better. Maybe because higher weight, I don't know, just a feeling that I'm 80, maybe a 65 kilo guy is better off for the Vaporfly. But it's again also individual. So but for me, it really helps for running efficiency, which one of the goals for these sessions, the high paces, it's definitely run efficiency. It's not just heart and lungs. It's also very clean running, because that then helps and trickles down for my zone 2 paces and all that. Right? So that's very key that I keep an eye on that. All right, the warm-up is done. I just do 3 minutes easy now. Feeling good. The interventions definitely worked with high carb yesterday, high carb dinner. I knew that would work, I knew that before, but then the Sunday evening as well, after the long run, the cold plunge sauna combo always helps. So I can tell also like I'm stronger. You can tell how legs, everything responds, nervous system. I'm stronger than I was before the rest week. So that's why fully shake out everything, body can upgrade in peace in the rest week. So now key thing is to fully lock in. So there's like a scale from 0 to 100% in lock-in, and I'm cranking it to 100% for those 5-minute reps of focus. So I'm basically leaving planet Earth, and I'm also the master at lying to myself in this. So although I'm running 5 minutes, I'm actually never running more than a minute. So I'm always like, get to minute 1, nothing else. So that is a pro and con for athletes, because you become so good at lying to yourself that the ego uses it against you. Meaning you lie to yourself when you shouldn't, meaning you have pains, you train sick, then the ego will use that against you. So it's very important to keep a grip on that. We're heading into the first interval soon, and I'll film the first one and then check back in after the third, after halfway. All right, rep number 1, calm and easy, 3:15 pace. That is just under 5:20 mile, 5:10 or something. Go. 175 or 76 threshold heart rate after rep 1. That's kind of what we want, so it's definitely going to accumulate to the zone that I want, 180, 185, which is over threshold. I'm looking for 2.5 minute rest. One thing I learned, I tried with this is if I don't stand the first minute, I might adapt instead of jogging it. I noticed a bit of the neuromuscular quickness is kind of wasted, because one thing is in the interval, because one of the stimuli is actually the neuromuscular stimulus, keeping the high cadence, something that's not easy to do, like even like 180, 185. It's a new stimuli if you don't do this a lot, so yeah, I'll check back in after rep 3. 3 reps are done. It's perfect. Effort really good. Not too high actually, but it's important is the heart rate. It's exactly what I want it to be, 180, 181. And again, control the ego. This is already better than I've done last block, / than I've done ever in my life. So we got all we need. Very important not to get greedy. So the next 2 reps, I'm gonna continue at 315 pace, 510-ish. Gonna continue that, and I assume my heart rate will go a bit even towards the higher VO2 max range. Obviously heating up is a factor here, no doubt, which is one of the reasons I'm on here, to be honest. So, but that's for another day. So yeah, we're gonna hit another 315 pace, 5 minutes, halfway, but we're not home yet. So really important to keep it locked in and not let it drift away, because shit can get ugly real quick. So if you let go a bit too early, you might just blow mentally. Yeah? It goes really quick when the mind goes into panic mode. It's like from one moment to the next, you're like, fuck, I can't, I have to stop. It goes real quick, so really be aware of those. We're tough sessions. So okay, got 40 seconds left. No, I can jog easy. I did it actually after a minute. Normally. So let's stay locked in here. See, easy to stop. Halfway through my carbs. Just small dips as well. Don't overstress the gut. Alright. I hope the microphone doesn't pick up the music, but I do need some. I think it does pick it up. Let's see. Okay. Lock in, baby. Okay, doing great. I'm at 84 heart rate, so I'm right in there. I don't need to progress right now. Alright, 4 sets done. Actually, we're not looking too bad with RPE, but the heart rate and paces don't lie. So heart rate, we're now hitting 184, 185, so exactly where we should be. And I mean, paces can lie, treadmills, they can be at differently calibrated and all this. So, but again, RPE and heart rate especially, I know my heart rate's in the sets in the different weeks. So in week 3 it will be lower than now because I'm less fresh, more tired, aka. But yeah, last one I for sure I can feel it. No greed, a good decision. Just a few seconds quicker. So I'm going from 315k pace to 309. So I'm going from 510 to 5 flat, maybe 503. I think 5 flat is 307 pace, so you can do the math on that. Okay, easy jogging. And then we're hitting the last set, enjoying it, loving what I do. Amazing. Didn't even bring too much. But yeah, let's clean this up. Nice and clean running. Especially when you get tired, your pelvis might want to tilt forward. So I keep really, as if someone go gentle push on my sacrum, on my hip. So it's really under me, like shoulder blades together, chest out. So it's really the weight is over my hips and not forward too much. Of course a little lean, but you kind of find the sweet spot over time. So. Alright, 15 seconds. Some music on. Nice and clean running. 19 kilometers per hour, 309. Vamos. Come. Yep, there you go. See, nobody wants to panic. Cadence. I don't let it. Now the mind wants to panic. I have to come. Chill the fuck out. already. Yeah, did it. Okay. So what's gonna happen now is I'm gonna get the shakedown, then next order of business, have lunch, have a nap, and hit the swim, 90-minute swim, 5K, and I'll be checking in later on the bike for the VO2 bike. VO2, I mean, it's 4 times 10 minutes, 30s, but the average of that power is actually threshold, so yeah. But after that, my legs for tomorrow will be toast. You can see tomorrow the easy run. that's gonna be some sore stumbling around, but yeah, first of all, super happy I did this. Proud. The swim is in the bag. I was pretty worked after that run, but luckily the swim flushed it all out. It's amazing what that does. Yeah, especially, yeah, I did notice the gym as yesterday, from yesterday, especially in the lats, and yeah, mostly the lats here, the latissimus, but nothing that would hamper it, and it went away after 20 minutes, let's say. And yeah, it was a good swim, 5K, really quality strokes, and the gym really, I'm very confident without the gym, I would not be the same swimmer and I would not achieve my swim goals. Not for strength, right? But the main reason is like you get the full range of the joints and also the activation of the muscles. So like, let's say, because swimming is mostly about technical things, right? So let's say you're trying to tell your body something, or you get advice from someone on a clue, hey, how about you do this and that? If those muscles that you're trying to activate to do that motion, even if you had the proprioception, like the cognitive skills to copy what that person said, even if you had that, if those muscles are vast asleep for just because of cycling, running training, which will happen, that a lot of the muscles will just shut off, or just by sitting alone, sitting jobs, or just Netflix, like we all do, sitting, chilling, those things deactivate like hell. So that's what nobody want. And so yeah, anyways, long story short, felt amazing, felt really good, really nice, low heart rate. And now I will get this here down. We got here, it's afternoon snack, it's in between the swim and the bike session now in the evening. So we got a banana in there, some fruits, some like an orange actually, some grapes, then cottage cheese for protein, cinnamon for inflammation reduction, and a big old spoon of peanut butter for calories. It's easily digestible, it doesn't interfere at all with the bike, so in an hour latest I can hop on a bike, and yeah, gets me through. It's quick sugars, it's healthy, it's carbs, ticks all the boxes for this afternoon snack for me. But very important, and there I get a bit emotional and might get triggered because I'm very passionate about it. So when I get revved up in something and maybe sound intense on here, it's just passion, right? So I'm not trying to sound negative or anything, it's just passion. I'm really passionate about those things. So one of those passion projects is when it comes to endurance sports and nutrition, right? And I'm not just talking triathlon or cycling or running, all of them, or triathlon, yeah, all of them. There still is epidemic of under-eating in. It's still very much present. Yeah, it's very hard to break through with that as well, because yeah, cycling world, they have these climbers and weight is a role there. weight does play a role, and you still hear about those stories with them, being on diet and all. And yeah, then you have the runners, of course, and you see the studies. Okay, if you lose 1 kilo, you run this much faster over 10K. All facts, right? It's still physics, so the lighter you are, to a certain extent, of course, it helps. But number one thing before you even go there, which 99% of all people, including pros, should probably not go there, because it's playing with fire, right? Because if you under fuel, you will not absorb your training, you will not improve, you will get sick, you will get injuries, nothing works. Literally, your training is like saying, hey, I'm not going to sleep, right? It's the same ballpark. Like fundamentals, that's what I'm after, right? I believe if I nail the fundamentals and stay focused on those, and my mentor Elias, like you will also see in the Hula Lab, we go there next Tuesday for the bike test. He's the exact same. He knows so much experience, and he's a big fan of the fundamentals. So fundamentals is not sexy. You can't sell it. Nobody can make money with it. Nobody can make money with telling you to go to bed and sleep more. Not sexy at all. Nutrition, well, not that expensive, right? Can't sell that much. Sport nutrition, of course, there is this thing. It's a factor, sport nutrition, but it's not one factor. One factor is main nutrition. Sport nutrition does help. If you fuel the sessions better, you recover better and have less strain of the session. That's why in his run today, I had 100 grams of carbs in there, because it's a taxing session, and it does help to have it a bit less taxing. Same for the long run and all those things. So, but I'm gonna get this down now, drink some more, because hydration is a big one today. And then we're gonna be jumping on the bike. Actually excited about it now. So after the run, I was pretty banged up. Pretty tired, of course, from all sense. It's just when you're spending time at such a high heart rate zone for a while, it's just, there's a price due for today, right? So no doubt. And normally that price is actually not the day after. Tomorrow I'll be a bit tired, but actually the second day on a Thursday, right now it's Tuesday, Thursday morning or in general, if I dare seem a bit more moody on this camera, trying to be always positive, obviously, but that is a day most likely fatigue will hit, at least historically did, but no expectations. Anything can happen, might not get tired. So, see you later. All right, we are on the horse. We are a bit delayed because for some reason my gut did not like that afternoon snack today. Oh, I did wash the grapes, that can sometimes be, but who knows. Good enough to get this session in for sure. So look forward to it. 4 sets of 10 minutes, 40 20s, meaning 30 30s. So my mentor actually said that this session is a bit deceivingly hard. I did it in the last block, especially after the morning run. But not just that, because it's 4 times 10 minutes, 420 watts over threshold, and then 220 watts. The off watts are actually quite important, because that average number for the 10-minute rep has to be around threshold. So it's actually a threshold set. There could be lactate as well, 3 to 4 mol range is the goal, but I don't measure it now, it's okay. But first I said, hey, I'm gonna go for upgrade this block, which you will still do on to small progression, but already this morning I had a great one, I want to bank it and not forget, hey, I'm in week 1, which doesn't mean a whole lot. So if I want to be a hero and progress, I can do it in the 3rd week of load. So, but still a little progression, meaning the first 2 sets I'm going to continue as I did in last block, 420 watts and 220 watts. It's only 2-minute rest between those 4 times 10 minutes. That makes it a bit more challenging. And then the 3rd and 4th set, by that time the muscles of the legs, also combined with the run especially, they will say goodnight. But 3rd and 4th set, for sure the 4th, but hopefully third and fourth. I'm gonna do a little progression and go 440 watts, 240 watts. So I'm pretty sure I can do it. I got it in me. That's a small progression then, and not too much, but some. I check back in actually after, let's say, after I did 2 sets. I come back to you guys what's happening. Alright, 2 sets are done. No extra rest here. My auto stopped. So 2 minutes rest remain. I did as planned. Oh, my brain. But I'm good, really good actually. I did 2 sets of 10 minutes, 30 seconds, 420 watts, 30 seconds, 220, and 2 minutes easy in between, just 150, just spin. And yeah, I mean the warm-up for sure before that was for sure horrendous. Tight legs, but nothing that a good warm-up protocol can fix. And then it was actually good. And I can tell that I'm for sure stronger now than I was before. Again, same pattern as in the run, which is awesome, that's what you want. And so yeah, that anyways confirms now what I want to do. Anyways, had planned to go to the next 2 times 10 minutes, 30-30s, go to 440 watts and 240, and I'm pretty sure that will do the trick, because we want those legs roasted on the stick, and right out there not yet, and no bueno. But again, like I said, patience. Pretty sure the next 2 sets will do the trick, and if not, next week I can do all of them at 440, and that will for sure do the trick for this block 100%. So that's all the progression we need. I'm gonna pump some music here. 15 seconds. Hardly, if you want, you can film a little bit for the camera. Right, on y va. As before, I always start the interval 5 seconds before. So I actually only get 25 seconds rest, because I want the power to be 440. It takes around 5 seconds to ramp up. With Swift it's the same, but Swift, if you have it programmed 30-30, you actually only have around 20 seconds. No, 22 maybe. So it's the easiest that if you do with Swift. I just do manual and listen to music. And I don't know, enjoy it. So far so good, but let's see what happens. I really try to tilt my pelvis back, so I fire through the glutes, you know. I get core tension. I want the whole pressure to the core, not just squats, you know. Good grip here. I'm at 52 heart rate, and 55 is my LT2, so my anaerobic threshold. So we're riding just below that right now. I left the whole 10 minutes, by the way, so I know the average power afterwards. That's an important number here. And of course, that's why the odds are not easy. They're not 150 watts, as you saw there. And I keep 240. I have to play around less manually. So I just moved the 4 in front from 440 to 2 down, 240. Simplicity. That is awesome. Boiler room set, Austin Mills. If you guys know, if you know, you know. Boiler room in New York. It's the concert, so to say. Just with some sicko beats. No Weitz today. Mix it up. I mean, so far it's not hurting too much, but again, no matter how I feel, this will stay the same this week. Maybe more, but not too much inert locker, which is good. We want to load patience. I have to say this all the time because patience is not my strong suit, but I'm becoming a patience machine, because that's the only way how to get to unreal levels in anything, business, anything. Clocking over consistency, no dips in motivation, no huge physical things. I always assess when something happens, which I do. Sick beat here. And, alright, you can look here. That's what I meant. This is the lap. We got one more. And then another set. But you guys are gonna check out before that. Alright. Getting alive now. Relax. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna finish one more set. And I see you guys tomorrow for some more Matti business. We got a 4K swim, aerobic with some stuff. 2-hour ride with some LT1 work. And a short run, 5K, 7K, I have to check the plan. So I'll see you tomorrow.